Well, ladies and gentlemen, I made a video about Bud Light talking about how they're sponsoring an all-age drag show later this month in Arizona, I believe it was in. But apparently that is not the case, and I think it's because they basically got caught. Essentially, they were hoping probably not to get caught, and they removed themselves from the Pride show. There is nothing this company can do without walking on eggshells. Essentially, they are going to be constantly monitored for anything related to Pride, virtue signaling, and pandering, and they're going to get roasted for it. But I still think it's a funny story, so we're going to get into it, guys. We have an article here from Outkick, and it says Bud Light is not sponsoring all ages drag show later this month. Anheuser-Busch tells Outkick. So Outkick got a response finally from Anheuser-Busch, and it's not something we normally get, but because it was their reputation on the line, they decided to respond. So we're going to get into this article, guys, but of course, before we do, just consider giving this video a like to push us out into the YouTube algorithm, and consider subscribing because we're on our way to 24,000 subscribers. It says Anheuser-Busch issued a statement to Outkick on Thursday afternoon clarifying that Bud Light is not a co-sponsor of an all-ages drag show set for later this month in Arizona. News of Bud Light's involvement began to spread earlier this week when a poster for the event, Pride in the Pines, named the beer as one of its major sponsors. Now, ladies and gentlemen, do you guys really genuinely think that that was a mistake? Do you think that was a mistake? Honestly, the fact that you could even put a major brand as a sponsor, you would need permission in order to do so. You are not allowed to use their logo for anything. You can open yourself up to a lawsuit if that's genuinely the case. Bud Light can sue this company for using their logo, especially considering the climate of the times right now regarding this company. They could sue them for using their logo without permission. I think that they were full on well given the permission, probably before the drama even happened. This sponsorship was probably promised before the drama even went down with Dylan Mulvaney. But because what happened with Dylan, they decided to try to pull out, and they probably forgot to pull out sooner rather than later. So they just realized, like, oh shit, we have this event that we're sponsoring. Let's get our name off of this quick before, the fire spread even more. But let's keep going. So it says the event is listed as a family festival event, which it never is family friendly, just by the way. Family-friendly safe space. Oh, safe space for visitors, and includes drag queens and other performers. If they have to list something as a safe space, it's probably not that safe, ladies and gentlemen. If they have to list it as family-friendly, it's probably not that family-friendly. There is no such thing as a family-friendly Pride event. Almost all of them are raunchy, disgusting events. We have videos for days about it. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, go follow me on Twitter because I retweet them all the time because I can't post them here because a lot of them have to do with a lot of crazy nudity, crazy things that you could buy, kids being exposed to sex objects and all this stuff that are on tables. It really is sick stuff, people. So go follow my Twitter if you haven't. The links are in the description. But let's keep going. After Outkick and other media outlets published the original story regarding Bud Light's involvement, an Anheuser-Busch spokesperson reached out with the following statement. Bud Light is not a sponsor of this event. The event organizers have issued a corrected version of the poster. Ladies and gentlemen, they backed off. They were absolutely a sponsor of this event. Do not let them fool you. They are trying to save their public image right now. This is the picture right here from the tweet Flagstaff Pride, and it says, "We put out an incorrect promotional poster which included Bud Light as a sponsor. Attached is the correct poster." Ladies and gentlemen, it's all BS. This is all BS, people. This is just to save the image of the company. I don't know why it won't let me zoom in. That's odd. This is just to save the image of Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch. It says Outkick reached back to Anheuser-Busch asking whether or not Bud Light was ever a sponsor of the Flagstaff, Arizona event, and if so, why they pulled out. As of noon Thursday, the company had not yet responded. I'm not shocked, and that's exactly what I was saying. I'm telling you, man, they pulled out. They absolutely pulled out of this event. There is no way this was a mistake. You cannot mistake something like this. They were going to be a sponsor. Those idiots probably forgot that they were sponsoring this event, and they pulled out after the craziness that went down. It says it's been an awful 2 months for Anheuser-Busch since putting transgender grifter Dylan Mulvaney on a Bud Light can in April, with sales plummeting each and every week. The latest numbers include a nearly 24% drop on a dollar basis for the week ending May 27th compared to last year. Now, just a quick note, the sales seem to be getting slightly better, but I do think that's because it is Memorial Day kickoff season. So, of course, after Memorial Day, the amount of beer that was being bought, people were probably selling out of other beer, so they were being forced to buy at least some Bud Light, and they saw a minor increase in sales, but they're still over 20% low from last year, which is insane considering that this is the beer buying season. That 24% means a lot more than the 24% of 6 weeks ago. You get what I'm saying? Because the amount of sales that are happening at this time time is probably way more than what it was 6 weeks ago. So 24% is a massive sales loss for them in terms of Memorial Day weekend and what kicked off the summer. So it says Anheuser-Busch's stock, meanwhile, has taken a significant hit. The company had lost $27 billion in value as of last week, with experts also warning the beer could lose shelf space this fall. Retailers generally take sales data from April, May, June, July, and then based off of that data in that time period, they will reallocate shelf space. Anson Frericks told the Daily Mail last week, adding that retailers generally use Labor Day as a reset for the rest of the year. That shelf space will be allocated to Miller Lite, Coors Light, Yuengling, and some other brands that have taken share from them, he added. That almost permanently then locks in this as a new norm of where their sales will be and what their share of the beer category will be. And I did make a video about that. If you guys missed it, please go check it out. It's on the channel. I got tons of videos I release every single day, and I know you guys don't get notified of all of them. But they did, in fact, lose so much sales that they're going to be knocked down in terms of the overall category of beer and where they stand. This is their new normal now, right? So they thought that the boycott was going to end over time, but they haven't realized that the boycott has been so consistent that it's not a boycott anymore. 20 to 30% of customers have decided to shift away from this brand permanently. They're not coming back. They're gone. And they have started to realize that now. And now what's going to happen is that when these retailers start to reallocate space on their shelves for beer, you're going to see a lot less Bud Light. I actually can't wait to see the videos come out. They're probably going to go viral. I can't wait to see the videos come out of people going to different kind of retail chains and checking out the beer section and seeing Bud Light have half of the shelf space that they used to. Because if you guys know, Bud Light had a massive amount of shelf space in major retailers because they were the top selling beer. Right now, they got dethroned to number 2 recently by Modelo Especial, which is great. And a lot of people were commenting on my last video, oh, Modelo's still owned by Anheuser-Busch. No, it's not. Modelo is owned by Anheuser-Busch everywhere else except for the United States. They were forced to sell their rights to Modelo Especial in the United States to another company in 2013. Thus, they do not get any benefit of the sales of Modelo Especial in the United States specifically. Outside the United States, yes, it is an Anheuser-Busch brand, but inside the United States, it does not belong to them at all. They are owned by a totally different company. So, ladies and gentlemen, Bud Light has been dethroned. It is an amazing thing to see. I cannot wait to see more of it. And I do want to see those videos coming out in the next few months where we see Bud Light's shelf retail space go down so much that it's going to be honestly hilarious. And they only have themselves to blame. I highly doubt that Anheuser-Busch is going to partner with any influencer for a very, very long time. They'll probably stick to the safe things and go with like celebrities, or in the last recent episode, we did a video on the Ken Griffey Jr. Commercial that they came out with for Budweiser, which was hilarious, where they basically were virtue signaling to dads on Father's Day. So it's going to get crazy for Bud Light, even though it's already been crazy, and I cannot wait to see the outcome of what happens. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it, and if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.